world's finest tobacco fields where heritage meets mastery. From the hands of maestros of the leaf, curating blends that transcend time. Inspired by life's greatest moments, moments made to remember. We welcome you to the Cigar Operations Club, a sanctuary for those who demand excellence, a brotherhood defined by tradition, precision, and the pursuit of perfection. Here, every cigar is not just crafted, it is composed. Every detail, every draw, a testament to a legacy and craft. Welcome to a club where rarity is honored, where history is lit and savored, where the extraordinary becomes yours. The Cigar Operations Club, where your story meets the world's most unforgettable cigars. Hooten Young, a legacy built for those who dare to remember. This is your club.
Welcome to Fireside Live.
Welcome to Fireside Live. I'm Jonathan Carney with Hooten Young Cigars. I'm with my sidekick and partner in crime here, Mike Wilson.
How you guys doing?
We're reporting live from our backyard. We have an apology to make. We're running a little late today. One thing you'll notice is our fire's got some wet wood. So we got some smoke here, but we are going to use the fire. I got a surprise for you tonight. Mike doesn't know this yet, but I have something very special we're going to do in a little bit. But this is our inaugural show for the club members that are part of the Cigar Operations Club. Welcome to Fireside Live. The whole brand itself, Hooten Young, started by the fire and started with stories. And we hope that this series and this club brings to you those types of moments that created this brand in 2018 by Norman Hooten himself. He will be with us. He's out in Texas this week. For those who are curious of where he's at, he's traveling around Texas. We'll have him on as guests in the future. We'll also have other guests on. But this is all about stories, all about you, and all about sitting by the fire and sharing cigars. So welcome aboard. But getting started, to be honest with you, Mike, this is the longest. I feel like I'm smoking, first of all.
Same.
Yeah.
It's blowing right at me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
oh,
blowing
man.
right at you. So I did a poll online
Right.
in the COT Club, Cigar Operations Club. We asked who and what, not who, the who's me.
Yeah.
The what is what I should be smoking.
Okay.
And it was over 70% said that I should smoke the Christmas Patrol cigar.
I think you might be in luck.
Yep. So that's what I'm going to get started with in just a little bit. But before we get into what the cigars are in this month's box, I do want to touch on the history of a little bit of Hooten Young. So in 2018, Norman Hooten, retired Special Forces operator, started Hooten Young with a very close friend of his. And fast forwarding 7 years later, it's quite impressive. So this company's been around 7 years, and I think for a lot of people it's still relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
But it was started and to pay respects to a very unique mission that Norm was on in 1993. It was called Operation Gothic Serpent. For those that publicly understand this and heard this story, this is the mission that was depicted in the movie Black Hawk Down. And Norm's character in that movie, the gentleman who portrayed him, was Eric Bana. So that was the public fame and the public direction of Gothic Serpent. But there was real people behind it. It wasn't just a movie. And it was one of the most deadly Special Forces operations in the history of the U.S. Special Forces. And what Norm's group did is they used to have cigars after each mission. They'd sit by the fire, or they'd have a beer, have a drink, have a whiskey, and have cigars and discuss, and celebrate the successful mission. On that mission, they never had the opportunity to do that. So fast forward 25 years later, in 2018, to commemorate the 25th year of that mission and those gentlemen that gave their lives on that day, they created some cigars and whiskey. And if you come and see us on the road, this is part of our show, part of the discussion, but this is the first moment that's made to remember, is the moment that they remembered these gentlemen. And the unique aspect of it was everyone enjoyed the cigars. So Norm went back to his friend Azarius Mustafa Cordoba. We know him as Z. He's a great friend of ours for almost 2 decades. And he said, man, these guys really like these cigars and they really like the whiskey. And they said we should start a cigar company. So the Gothic Serpent 25 was born. And now the rest is history, because 7 years later, we've got the Cigar Operations Club. But that's a brief history of where the whiskey came from, the cigars came from, and it all came from the fire pit. So if you go on our website, hootenyoung.com, you can check out and see that story. And there's a lot of references to sitting by the fire. And I don't know for you, Mike, but for me, sitting by the fire pit's probably one of my favorite places to do it. It's a chance for me to relax, get away from the day.
Oh, as soon as the weather cools down, man, how many pictures that you take over the next like 6 months are going to be right here?
Oh,
95% of them.
true, yeah, and then preferably with the lights off.
Yeah.
But for the sake of the show, we've got some good lighting here for us so you can see our beautiful faces. But let's get into the show here. We've got the inaugural box that came out this month. Before we get into that and we pull this out, we're going to do this reveal with you, but we have a special video that we have. So now we can get the box. So the Cigar Operations Club features 2 very special limited edition cigars this month for the inaugural members that are in there. We're going to open this up and we're going to unbox it with you. The inaugural members have the special inaugural member challenge coin. There's actually 2 challenge coins in there, Mike, and I haven't given you one of those yet. So you can have one and I can have one.
For you, sir.
And we're opening the Recruit package today. We've got Recruit, the Tier 3, the Tier 2 is the officer, and the Tier 1 is the commander. But we have these beautiful challenge coins here. What this gets you as a member, if you come to any of our Hooten Young events, we'll have a special cigar for you if you present this cigar. This must be at Hooten Young cigar events, okay? You may be able to convince the whiskey people on Hooten Young to have something special for you, but I promise you, if you're at a cigar event, this challenge coin will get you something very special that we have for you.
Also, especially if either of us happen to be the whiskey people that day.
Oh, if we're the whiskey
you might be able to make something happen.
Yeah, if we're the whiskey people, we'll take care of you. But carry the challenge coins. You can use them. I'd use them against other members too and see what happens. But
who's buying whose cigar?
Exactly. But that's the first welcome to the club. The next special gift we have for the inaugural members is our Golden Bullion cigar. This is an all gold Nicaraguan blend. It's got exotic tobaccos in it. I use that term. I said I'd never use it, but it does. We did some funny business on this one. So it's got some undisclosed exotic tobaccos. We didn't put anything in it that's dangerous by any means, but it's a nice medium-bodied cigar. It's a 2-country blend in there. Gold on gold. Very, very special cigar. First 500 members of the Cigar Operations Club get this inaugural member coin and the inaugural Golden Bullion cigar.
And I'm going to throw in a little caveat, so I'm going to keep interrupting. So I apologize to the audience and to you ahead of time.
They just don't know us.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep interrupting back.
We're going to keep interrupting each other a lot. So Z, again, as John mentioned, our master blender for the brand, and also close friend of both of ours, has smoked a few of these, obviously, and through the blending process, and he thinks these are going to age really well. So a little shout out to the guys. If you can be patient, I think it'll only get better with time. So I know that's hard when there's only one, but just a little pro tip out there for you. So
I've smoked one.
Yeah, same.
So
I didn't wait.
If I'm supposed to have aged it.
No, you don't have. You can do whatever you want. They're great now.
Okay.
So also they do smoke well now,
Yeah.
but he's saying he thinks this is going to age very, very well. So.
The unique thing with something like that, when you're only going to make it one time, and I was talking to one of the members, a good friend of ours, Chris, and I was like, when do you even smoke it? I go, what's the occasion? Now, for me, I had a period of time where I didn't smoke things that were very rare that I had.
Right.
And I started smoking them because it was like cigars are made to be smoked, right? And what I ended up doing is smoking them until I got down to one, and then I don't touch them anymore. So I'm already there with this, and I've already smoked it, so I'm in trouble with that. So the next cigars that we have featured in there, the first one you saw in our video is the Operation Gothic Serpent 30th. That's made by master blender Eladio Diaz out of the Dominican Republic. It's a 56 ring gauge, 6 3/4 torpedo. That is made to commemorate the 30th anniversary of Operation Gothic Serpent, which was in 2023. So the 2025, the 2018 was the 25th anniversary, 2023 the 30th anniversary, and that also specifically pairs with our Gothic Serpent 7-year rye, which we're going to be drinking tonight. And that's where my surprise for you is going to come in a little bit. We're going to do something fun here.
Okay.
But we do have the Gothic Serpent rye with us tonight, and we'll be having some drinks. But the first cigar was Gothic Serpent 30th. Beautiful Dominican blend. Eladio Diaz was the master blender for Davidoff Cigars for many, many decades, and started his own factory over the last 10 years or so with his son. And we're very fortunate to have that cigar made by him. And our brand new Jack Card that just recently came out is made by Eladio as well. But Ecuador wrapper on the Gothic Serpent 30th. The second cigar we have in the package today, which was highlighted in the video and is part of our December drop, is the Ma Deuce. This is a patented cigar shape. Cool fact, there's actually only 2 patented cigar shapes, Mike. And I've worked for both companies and with both companies at the same exact time that those were both patented. So
sensing a trend.
Yes. So I'm not saying I had anything to do with it, but I'm also saying I'm not. It's one of those things like Batman and I aren't in the same room at the same time type of a situation. But we've got the Badus. It's called the Cartridge. It's designed after a 50 caliber round. It's a dual wrap. It has a Mexican San Andreas wrapper on it. And then it has an Ecuador Connecticut shade on it. This is a more medium to mild bodied cigar, to be honest. I think a lot of people expect this to be very full, but you get a lot of richness and dry, clean smoke from the San Andreas and light sweetness from the Connecticut shade, but more medium mild on that blend. Real smooth draw. So we have a great offering in the Madus. Now we get into the limited time offerings and how the club will work every month. Every other month, this is bi-monthly. There will be at least 2 limited offering cigars, and these will revolve around special holidays, occasions, military holidays, just government holidays, historical events. Sometimes we may do some funny stuff. We may have some things that are comedic, and we've got some of those things coming up. We're going to do one that's unique, a play on different things in February. And we got some more lined up for April as well. But we also appreciate your feedback. If there's something that's important to you that you'd like to see, I'm not saying we'll use it, but I'm also not saying we won't. Right. But we want you to be involved in this. So any concepts or ideas you have that you'd like to see as special edition cigars in the Cigar Operations Club, just let us know. So getting into the first, this was a special one. This one so far to me is, when we started talking about this over this last year, I wanted to do a really big cigar that had a that was substantial, and you don't actually have that one in your hand, but the one I'm going to talk about.
I was wondering, because there's 2 special ones in here, and
yes.
I had a 50-50 chance.
But the one I'm going to talk about is one that is a cigar and a day that lives in infamy to pay respects and remembrance to Pearl Harbor. So this is the PH 12-7, and that was in World War II, 1941. We had Pearl Harbor, and this cigar pays the remembrance to that.
And I'm sure you guys can't see this on camera, but I gotta tell you, like, I know we did all the renderings and everything like that for the banding and everything, but it came out, I mean, you guys will see in your boxes, I mean, it just came out incredible. The way it catches the light, it is a little pearlescent too. So like the little Easter eggs you kind of threw in there have really come through on this one. So yeah, pearl wrapper. So that plays into the Pearl Harbor there. There's everything we're doing here is very purposeful. So there's stories behind everything on the blends. It's shaped kind of like a sea vessel is the Solomon shape. That's kind of how it's sired to me, and kind of envisions that in my end. But we have the Pearl Harbor PH 12-7, so that's in there. If you're in the recruit, you have 1 of each. If you're in the officer, you have 2 of each. And in the commander tier, you have 4 each of the limited SKUs, and then 2 each of the standard items. Now, when I say you're guaranteed a minimum of 2 limited items that are going to be in each box, we also could have more. So there could be more. There could be some other goodies in there from time to time, but you are at least guaranteed 2 limited editions. And the second one in there is very seasonal, and I am a huge fan of Christmas, and this is called the Christmas Patrol. What the Christmas Patrol is a candy cane barber pole wrapped Mexican San Andreas wrapper. It's got Ecuador Connecticut shade on it as well.
It's a medium to full body blend. I really enjoy this one quite a bit. I've smoked that as well. I've posted it online. People have seen it. But this is the Christmas Patrol. So, not giving too many details here, but Norm was part of a special mission on Christmas Day once. And it was in a Central American country. And after the mission, Norm had his first cigar. And he didn't smoke at the time. So the question that was asked to him by the gentleman that was in charge of the group that he was in was, hey, do you smoke cigars? And he was like, no, sir. And he's like, well, you do today. And they smoked cigars on Christmas Day in front of a Christmas tree. And if you look at this cigar very closely, there's a Christmas tree with a cigar in front of it. And that is a little Easter egg and a little nod towards Norm and the first time that he
the
ever
picture
enjoyed
was in the video,
the
so it did
premium
pop
cigar.
up. So if
Oh,
you guys,
it was.
if you guys were paying attention,
Yes.
there's a little picture in the video that John started the show with, and that's a little more explanation to kind of the story that John is
Yep.
elaborating on.
So
for those
quite a
things mentioned.
fascinating story. So expect more, expect history, expect us to talk more on these products and these cigars that we're creating here. Everything's going to have a purpose. Everything's going to have a reason, and we hope that it resonates with you the same way it does with us, and vice versa. When we have products and concepts that we work on together here with club members, we hope to enjoy those stories as well and share your stories here with us too. So let's get into it. This is the longest I've gone without smoking. Generally, my cigar is unlit at this point in time. But Mike's got the winner right here in front of me. So you guys wanted me to smoke the Christmas Patrol.
I guess I'll go with the PH then. Give
I've
us
only
a little,
smoked one of those.
Give us a little bit. Same. Will be my first production version. I've smoked obviously some test blends, but this is the first one.
So you know what's funny? So I got into cigars when I was in college, my freshman year of college. I'd smoke flavored cigars. CAO Cherry Bomb, I think was the name of it, and then like Eileen's
I remember
Dream.
the Moon Trance.
Moon
Those
Trance
were
was
great.
another one too. And then my sophomore year of college, I met someone. He was a man, and his name was Mike Wilson. So going back over 20 years, I met Mike in my sophomore year of college, and we got really into smoking cigars. And you got me very much into it. We'd smoke Cuban cigars, we'd smoke Nicaraguan, Dominican, anything we could. You also coincidentally got me into wine.
Sorry
So
about that.
all the vices that I've got
Yeah.
into, and we'll tell more on our stories, but. That was my story of how I started smoking. And just to warn you, we also live on the railroad tracks here at my house. So there will be a train going by every once in a while. It honestly gives a little more feel to it
Ambiance.
if it wasn't commuter rail. So that's how I got started smoking cigars. We started smoking here at Corona Cigar Company in Orlando. And that's how I got started. But I actually have never asked you how you got started. You got me started.
Really?
And I never asked how
We
you
never
got
talked
started.
about this?
Never.
All right, so rewind fully. I'll give you the abbreviated medium-length version. Mom owned a cleaning business when I was younger. My parents were split, so during the summers I would spend more time with my mom than my dad because he worked normal like office job kind of thing, and my mom owned her own business, so it was easier to kind of travel around with her. Obviously, if you're cleaning someone's house, they're affluent. Back then they had, wine spectator and cigar aficionados on the tables. I'm lit up and ready to roll. Thank you, sir. And trying to be a good kid, sit in the corner and picked up a magazine and started reading. And I was like, what the heck is that? Like, how are you tasting leather and, raspberries? What? I was just like, this is crazy. I was like, man, when I get older, I'm going to smoke cigars. Obviously, both of us kind of growing up in the 90s. Arnold Schwarzenegger and all those, action hero guys always had a stogie in their mouth. Occasionally, I'm talking less than a handful of times. Big into car culture. My dad and I, that was kind of something we bonded over. Like maybe 3 times in my life, I remember we'd go to like an old car meet and see those 60s muscle cars and stuff, and he might light up a cigar. So it's always kind of been around, but not really family. It was just something I was personally interested in. And then, long story short, high school, we used to have a thing called OJT, get to leave school early. I had a truck at the time. A buddy of mine was just after summer school, came back, and he's like, hey, man, I got 3 5-packs of Cohiba Lanceros, and they come in the little individual cardboard. They weren't tubes. They were like cardboard boxes. He's like, do you want one? And I was like, dude, this is the cigar thing I've been hearing about my whole life. I was 16 at the time. Don't tell anybody. And I was like, sure, yeah, I'll take one. Are you kidding me? And then back in the day, Mars Music was on Colonial. So I played electric guitar, I kind of do. And I had a shitty amp, and that was the day I was like, I'm going to go buy a nice 212 crate amp back in the day from Mars Music. And then I went and I felt like hot shit. I'm leaving high school early, pull into Mars, buy my guitar up. I'm stoked, throw it in the back of my truck, pop the tailgate. And I was like, I guess no better time to smoke my first cigar than now. So I'm sitting in the parking lot of Mars Music, left high school early. And then ever since then, it was chasing the dragon. So we had an older mutual friend that later John ran into, went to college with us, Andy Yaffe. He's a little bit older than me, but he was just older enough to where I'd walk into Humidors with him and point out a cigar and be like, all right, I want you to buy that one. And I would leave so no one would get in trouble because I'm not trying to get anybody busted. And he would buy cigars for me until I became 18 at the time was the age. So, and then after that, I made all of my friends smoke cigars because I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. It's one of the only times we actually kind of get to exactly what we're doing here. What you guys, thank you for joining us and doing as well and we'll have some of you guys on too. That's another hidden guest in the future. Is sitting around and, some guys it's harder to open up than others, but I always found no matter who you are, it's, you grab a glass of bourbon and a cigar and sit around a fire, you can, crack the hardest nuts. So
this is what we've been doing together really for
20
over
years.
20, about 21 years, 22 years next year. So we've been doing this. It's the same thing. Nothing's changed. It's
just getting better.
I would even say, I guess we're smoking better cigars now. We got better access.
The world is smoking better cigars now.
It is. It is. It's a great time to smoke.
Yeah.
But you mentioned having a drink or whiskey or whatever. So I have a frying pan up here, and you're probably wondering why.
I was like, I don't know. We were moving this stuff over and getting everything ready. He wouldn't tell me, so I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
So we're going to drink the Gothic Serpent Rye, but we're going to drink Gothic Serpent Rye Old Fashions. But we always drink a lot of Old Fashions. And I'm known as the steak guy.
100%.
And
yeah.
for anyone that's watching this, this is kind of the reintroduction of some live streams that I've been doing. I did some cooking shows over COVID.
Yep.
I did some other cigar shows. So there's been a little gap in between this, and the Fireside Live is really my entrance back into the streaming and influencer world.
Watch out, guys.
So I was known as the steak guy. Kind of everything I did was meat, and I love Wagyu beef. So we're gonna do a Wagyu beef tallow hot wash Gothic Serpent Old Fashioned.
I am surprised, but I'm also not gonna lie. That is like on brand.
And
that's 100% perfect.
Thankfully, the fire is started to take off a little bit.
It's going in waves.
So we'll do that. So what you...
Dude, that's... Ooh, good catch.
Yeah, thanks. What you got with a wash?
Yeah, what is a hot wash?
So, well, Hot Wash is a podcast. Coincidentally, in your box today, isn't there a Born Primitive Tactical $25 gift card? You would have thought we planned that one.
Yeah. Also, I guess it's a post-event breakdown or something or whatever.
Yeah. So, obviously, Mike and I are not veterans, but when we get this drink, we're going to do a toast. Cheers, made to remember for all of you that are. And
Thank you for your service.
We are a veteran-owned and operated company, and we have a lot of pride in being part of it. But that's why we don't know what a hot wash is. I know what a hot wash is, what I'm about to do. This is a hot wash for Wagyu beef tallow. So,
well, that's what I meant. What is that?
Yeah.
How does that? Do you just rinse it in a glass, like?
You shake it.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this beef tallow here. We're going to use the fire for this.
So a little smoked beef tallow hot wash old fashioned.
Yep. So we're going to put the beef tallow in the pan. This is solid right now.
It's not that cold in Florida.
For anybody that's curious what beef tallow is, it's okay if you don't know. It's just rendered fat and clarified fat. It's delicious. All right,
and it has a super high smoke point too, right? So it's really good for high heat cooking.
It's a lot higher for that and just flavor content. It's whenever you're introducing something, when you use butter or you use olive oil, you're introducing a fat.
Right.
So this is essentially what you're doing is introducing a fat. So we're going to introduce this Wagyu beef tallow. We're going to put this on the fire, but before we do that, now I'm going to do this wash at room temp. I'm not going to chill it. The reason you want to not chill it is because the second you put this in with cold, it's going to coagulate.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this hot. I'm going to put this on the fire here.
Watch your freaking hands.
Oh, yeah. This fire is actually kicking butt now.
Yeah, I told you, man, the way the wind is blowing is perfectly stoking the fire for us. Yeah, John and I like to say we serve those who serve, so it's kind of our honor to be able to work with a gentleman, not just Norm, but he would be the first to say, not me, man. What he told us one time, like, if you guys knew how much fun I had, you wouldn't be thanking me.
Yeah.
But Norm is one of the most humble human beings I've ever met in my life. So
I think that's good. We're not going to use a lot of measurements here tonight. These are going to be moments
I'll
made
be
to
winging it.
remember.
Yeah. Dude, this cigar is incredible. This is exactly what I needed. I had a nice little pork tenderloin for dinner, so I wanted something a little more oomph to it. I do have to say, I wanted to point out too, what's kind of fun about the Christmas cigar and also having the Madus in the same box is technically both are San Andreas and Connecticut, but smoking them, you'll see how different a cigar could be, even when technically they're using similar style wrappers. But that was a nice little thing I was thinking about when we were pulling them out. All right.
I don't know if we're doing this right, but I,
don't
think
know
it's
either.
going to be delicious.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you it's going to be good no matter what.
I'm just throwing the pan over there.
Latte will love that.
This is actually going to be really good, dude. All right, so we're going to shake this up.
Oh, it looks like what's that butter coffee? Looks like that.
Butter beer?
No, the butter coffee, like when you put coffee butter in your coffee. Bulletproof, that guy, Dave Asprey.
Do you want to put some ice in those cups here? We got the mason jars.
But then do we is that going to make it?
No, I got you just put some ice in there, right?
Just making sure.
All right, we got our Luxardo cherries. Tonight we're going to be using, I'm going to wait for this strain to go by on this one. I'd put a little more ice than usual in there.
Oh, what?
I'd put a little more ice than usual in there, and then I'm going to put the rest of it in here and then shake it up. And then we're going to strain it. All right, so it's football season, we got that, but we're going to use the Buffa and Bradstreet bitters. These are local here. If anybody's ever been to Ford / the nice distillery in town that we're good friends with, and this is their old-fashioned bitters.
Okay.
Yep.
Great place. Also, if you are semi-local, make sure you stop by there, man. That place is awesome, and I'm sure it's going to be crazy for Christmas.
What I'm going to do here, Mike, is I'm going to make the old-fashioned right in here with the wash.
I think
Let's smell that. Oof, that's so cool. It smells like au jus with alcohol in it.
Tristan would love that.
Yeah. Tristan's a good friend of ours from Cigars on the Avenue. If you're local here in Orlando, in Winter Park area, big supporters of the Hooten Young brand, Cigars and Whiskey, and you can go in and tell him that you had a cool old-fashioned that was made on the cigar show. All right.
Yeah, we went to a restaurant, and he liked the au jus so much. I think he had like 3 or 4 cups.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
But he drank it. They
Yeah,
gave him
he
a glass. They
drank
gave him a
it.
glass to go. So
Yeah.
I like my old fashions kind of the same way you do. I don't use a lot of old simple syrup, but I
Same.
do use the cherry syrup.
Yep.
That's in there. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna put some of this ice in here. We're gonna use our hands today. Doesn't even matter.
Nah, it's got
fire.
whiskey in it. It'll be fine.
Bro, we're Fireside in the middle of the wilderness.
It's true. The train wilderness.
This better be good.
Oh, it will be. 100%.
By the way, we 100% did not practice this.
No.
And
This is my first time ever having one of these. Yeah. No, this is all a surprise for me. We're doing this live. I love these cherries. Are my freaking favorite thing in the world. So I stopped using simple syrup, like John said, and started using the cherry juice because they're like $75,000 a jar. So
Dude, look at the
I know it turned red.
No, the fat's
Oh,
on
the fat rendered, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. All right, so if you're going to do it the way we're doing this, if you look real close, it's going to be kind of tough to see, but I'll show you after. All the fat's rendered in there, and you're going to want to strain it, or you're going to have a lot of fat. I think this might be the way to do it, in my opinion.
That's actually a great idea.
That way
I
you
see
got
what
it
you
in
mean
there,
now.
and now
Yeah.
you washed it.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's a fucking great idea. Boop. Extra fatty for you.
Mike dropped the first F-bomb on the
I
Cigar
did. Sorry about
Operations
that,
Club
guys.
show.
The kids are watching. My bad. I have a bad habit.
Actually, this is 21 plus.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm not saying we can swear
No,
all the time,
oh,
but if you
yeah,
do,
yeah.
we're fine.
I know, but
All
I
right,
like to be
dude, so
mindful,
look.
you know.
Let me see if I can zoom in here on this just a little bit. So
You
you
need to
can
walk it up
see.
to the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Can you see it?
Just tilt it down a little bit more.
Like
There. Yeah. Wow.
that?
I feel like I didn't put that much in there.
I know, right? But
All right.
there it is.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cilantro.
So what we do at our events, these are all moments made to remember. And it said, since Mike and I aren't vets, my grandfather served in the Marines in World War II. That was kind of another reason why I wanted to do the Pearl Harbor thing. Obviously, a big moment and a lot of recognition to that. But my grandfather serving in there, and there's actually another cigar we're going to be doing in February that's going to be a Marine type themed product. I don't want to get too much into it, but we'll do a couple of those.
teasers.
And yeah, this will be some teasers, but there's a fun project we're going to do with that. And so those are the first things that are kind of like close to my heart. But one thing we like to do when we do our events is a toast that's made to remember for those that serve. So for those that serve, that allow for us to do these things and be privileged to live here in the United States and have the opportunity to sit in our backyard, have a cigar, do the cigar operations clubs. We thank you for your service, and we will never be able to repay you. But today we're going to drink to you. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
This is really freaking awesome, dude. I haven't even had it yet. Just the smell of it. I highly recommend that. My God.
You actually do get a little bit of
A lot of it.
beefiness or whatever.
A lot of it.
That's
Mhm.
great.
That's really good.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I see you. I love the rye though. I mean, those of you that have seen us at the at our events or the shows, you know that's definitely one of my favorites. Everyone always asks when we do something, what my favorite is, and I said it's like choosing between my children. I said the bourbon right now because it's our newest, but the 12-year and the rye are super hold a special place in my heart. I like our rye a lot because it's not a typical rye. So
Did I didn't think of this, and I should have, and I'm glad that I did right before, but I still didn't think of it. I'm glad I put the ice in and shook it up after I did the wash.
right,
Could you imagine if we dumped that over ice and we just had
clumps of
Wagyu beef tallow? I mean, it'd be delicious, but
or if we drank all of that,
yeah,
like if we
Well,
didn't
hot.
put ice, we were just
just hot. You drink it hot. It's like, dude, that'd be great in a hot toddy. Wagyu beef tallow hot toddy.
That's what I thought when you had the pan. I thought you were gonna make hot toddies.
Oh, yeah, because I showed you that one because we're going to be doing a hot toddy. It's called the Hoot Toddy that we're doing. I'll post it in the group, actually. It's called the Hoot Toddy. It's a hot toddy. But you know what I think I might do? That's, speaking of Tristan. Tristan is one of our local bartenders. He said he works at Cigars on the Avenue, but he does a lot of help and a lot of work for us with some of the cocktails that we make. So if you're on the Hooten Young email list, you'll probably see one of the Hooten Young cocktails. We're doing Thursday cocktails up until Christmas, so he may see some of those, or you'll see some things. I think I'm going to tell him to throw in some Wagyu beef tallow.
Dude, oh, that's an easy win.
So we drink a lot of this rye. 7 years, 93 proof. A little
What's
Easter
the
egg.
significance behind that?
Yeah, what's it? I wonder. Thank you for asking. 1993 was the year, the mission of Operation Gothic Serpent. So that was in October of 1993, and that's why there's the 93 proof on there. Mash bill on that's 99% rye, 1% malted barley. 7 years now. So when you find that, and you can get it on our website, you can find it in liquor stores. It's a 7-year rye now.
What about all the stars?
So there's 19 stars in there. The 19 stars on the Gothic Serpent, the cigar as well that's in your pack, represent the 19 gentlemen across the different branches of military in the task force that was there that passed away. So and it's also on your cigar box. So the Cigar Operations Club box has 19 stars on it. Also, just to go back to the story of how this all began. So something real special and some cool Easter eggs. But we drink a lot of this rye, and I don't think I've had a lot of old fashions with it. You know what it kind of does? And I don't find our rye overly spicy.
No.
But it does have spice to it, obviously. But this is creamy with the tallow, and I'm surprised at how much
the
of that
mouthfeel is
taste
like
is
completely
getting.
different. Yeah. Creamy's that's a good descriptor. Yeah, I like that a lot.
So where I got this idea from, I was out in Texas 2 weeks ago, and I went to this restaurant with a client of ours, Joseph Cigars in Houston.
Okay.
Great spot. And we were actually doing an event with some really close friends of ours at Stoa Cigars. Beautiful
Great
public
guys.
and private cigar club in Houston. Incredible. If you get a chance, go to Stoa, see John. Place is great. So we were in town for that. But the night before, I went to one of my favorite restaurants. It's called Doris Metropolitan. And they had a Wagyu beef tallow fat washed old fashioned. So I was like, man, that would be really good. And I didn't try it because I didn't order it. So Reed Fisher, who's one of our brokers for that market, Reed had ordered it. I had a glass of wine because they didn't have Hooten Young at the bar. So I should have got Doris. If you're watching, please tell your restaurant to get this Hooten Young whiskey in and the rye. So he gave me a bite though of this little garnish on it, and they garnished it with a deep fried A5 Wagyu beef tallow potato chip. But it wasn't potato, it was beef instead. So it was like a beef chip. Yeah.
Ugh.
So I didn't do that tonight. I didn't really have enough time to do it. But I was like, I'm going to make that drink. And if it tasted anything like that, that's phenomenal.
Dude, honestly, it's now that you say that, that's a good garnish for them to throw on there too, because you very much get the beefiness. It's almost like if you like wet aged a steak in the rye. Like you really get both components. I'm describing it way worse than it tastes, but it's very interesting. I didn't think that much of it would come through.
I wonder if we say, do you have the tallow's here? I wonder if we save the tallow and just keep using
That's
it
exactly
with
what I was
different
thinking too.
stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, when you have you make bread and you have like a
The
sourdough
starter.
and you have the starter forever. Like this can be
Our tallow is 7 years old.
So yeah, we have 10-year-old tallow.
It never goes bad. I mean, it's not going to spoil unless it's.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
The alcohol will cut through it. But I'm going to save this. I'm going to definitely save this. We have a starter tallow now.
I like the idea.
Kind of. I think that's a great idea. It's very waxy.
It should work. I mean, it'll melt right back down, and then it'll solidify again when you shake it back up. You'll probably lose a little bit each time.
But it could give a little bit of flavor difference to what you're doing. So
yeah, carry over.
Yeah, I mean, we could soak it in some wine, do some different things with it. We could do a lot of different stuff on a wash. You can see some little microscopic.
Yeah, the ones that just got through the strainer, but it's not.
Yeah,
I think
that's the intention.
Yeah,
you got to have the
just
flavor.
a tiny bit.
If it just separated entirely.
Good surprise. I like it.
Bitcoin Books is on here. It's hanging out. I've got just the YouTube feed on here, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get Facebook feed. I think we're a little more active on Facebook. So if you're commenting on Facebook and I haven't commented back or anything, I apologize. I'm not seeing it quite yet, but I will jump on here. But if Bitcoin Books 2442 is who I think it might be, that's a gentleman. I won't say his name, but he's a member of the Positive High Table.
Oh.
Here in Orlando.
Hello, sir. I think I might know who that is as well.
A small group of friends that torment each other on a daily basis through a group chat. And one of their members is actually held hostage in the group chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wonder which one that is.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I've been trying to get out. I'm not a huge group chat fan. How are you on group chat? You're a terror. You hate. Yeah,
no.
You don't even have a phone.
No.
You've got like a rotary phone.
I usually have a longer beard. Basically, what I always want to say Mormon. What's the other Amish? Basically Amish, man. The older I've gotten, I used to work in Silicon Valley, so like from one extreme to the other. But man, I'm telling you, the older I get, the more the Amish really are onto something. I love talking to people. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, tech side is just like I want to be less available, not more available.
So if you've ever received customer service, we've actually got a rotary phone that we've got from Mike that he uses in the warehouse. So if you ever have received a phone call from him, it's that. And
I'm thinking about downgrading to Morse code soon.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys all know Morse code. No, but that stuff ends up being really fun. Actually, I love chatting with our supporters on the phone. That's why I put my personal number on email signatures. So it's always a pleasant surprise getting to chat with a lot of you. So, and you've all been super kind and gracious. So regardless of the circumstance, so I appreciate that too, because we want to make sure you get taken care of.
So I've been in the cigar industry for almost 20 years now. And the big thing that I'll tell people, they ask me like, what are you getting when you taste this cigar and whatnot? I don't have super tasting palate. There's people that have super tasting. Gary Vaynerchuk was one of them.
Yep.
That's kind of who got us into wine.
1,000%. Yeah, I've been watching him since early days.
Wine Library TV.
Early
all that
days.
stuff. So he would, he had a really unique palate. He would go on like Conan O'Brien
Oh,
or
he would
Jimmy
eat
Fallon.
dirt
He'd
and
eat-
stuff. I
Yeah,
still
yeah,
remember
put
the
a
skits.
sock over a rock.
Yep.
And he would get flavor. Anyway, you have a much better palate than I do in identifying things. I identify feel. Like I can tell you mouthfeel. I can tell you where you should be tasting something.
Right.
But I can't tell you what you should be tasting. That's just not how my palate works. So what are you getting from the cigar that you have? Because you said your palate works much different than mine.
I'm getting a lot of campfire smoke. No, but seriously, yeah.
While you're doing this,
Yeah.
I'm on I'm on Facebook here, so I'm going to start.
I think
We
honestly
got some trolls on here.
the big things that stand out for me, burn and performance, man. It's awesome. I'm getting a huge mouthfeel of smoke, which I really appreciate. Obviously, Z and the guys do a phenomenal job, so I would expect nothing less. I get, some earthy notes, some of the dark Maduro kind of, black peppery kind of things going on. A little bit of I call it like old school Maduro versus new school Maduro. Old school is kind of like the
Yep.
sweeter barnyardy kind of thing. New school I call like more spicy, peppery. This has a little bit of both. So I appreciate that because I like I'm an old school Maduro guy. I really like the barnyardy sweet characteristic of it, and then maybe a little bit of like a hay-y kind of thing going on. So maybe back into that playing in the barnyard kind of thing. But overall, it's really good. Nice dense smoke, so mouth filling, a little bit chewy. But this is, like I said, perfect after dinner, man. I had that pork tenderloin. This is exactly what I was looking for. So
I had leftover crinkle cut French fries that my daughter didn't eat. For
nice.
Dinner. Yeah.
Any fun fruits? Or
No,
fruit
no.
snacks?
She had pizza bagel bites tonight and French fries. She was behaved today. Today was actually the first day that my wife went back to work after maternity leave.
That's right.
Yeah. So she went back today, and she had a great day. I did super dad duty. My daughter, a fun story. This is definitely a moment made to remember. My daughter I'm pretty sure she thought it was. She thought it was pajama day at school today. It was certainly not. Upon her arrival, nobody in pajamas. So I walked about 2 or 3 miles over to drop her off because I'm trying, like, if I can walk to it, if it's within a mile and a half to 2 miles of my house, I'm doing it. I'm walking it now.
100%.
It just makes sense. So I walked over there to pick her up, drop off the clothes, then I walked back later to pick her up, then made dinner and whatnot, and didn't make anything for me, but I noticed when I was setting the show up that she had some French fries, so I downed some of those. So those were delicious.
Housed them. Beef tallow French fries?
No, we're going to do that now. You know what? I was just, Heather Harrison just posted in the group, the Cigar Operations Club group, she posted her Hooten Young 9-line sweatshirt.
That
You see
looks
that one?
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. She says she's repping it at the gym. It looks sick.
Nice.
Did you get the sweatshirt or just t-shirt?
No, just the t-shirt.
Yep.
Sweatshirt would have been the move, though. I think that's the way to go.
I'm just not a big sweatshirt guy.
I am. It's just never cold enough here.
Yeah.
I
but
like it cold.
We're
so.
layered today.
Yeah.
But I like this one too. By the way, this is team gear. People are going to ask about this. So we will talk to the merch team. You're going to end up liking the stuff that we wear. So we'll talk to the merch team. And if you're in the Commander package, you'll be getting some swag every month. Also, one of the swag items you got this month, I think, was a Hooten Young Firebird light.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't get out these comments here on the Facebook page, but we'll figure it out. We appreciate you bearing with us. There will be we'll get better as we go
100%.
on. This isn't going to last very long. In full disclosure, this is really cool. I'm glad we have it, but it looks a lot cooler than it actually is. After the show tonight, it may not last after that. It's got some
Might
it's
end
an
up in the
American
fire
flag
pit.
cooler. Yeah, we're gonna.
Is that sacrilegious if you burn a?
We'll research it before we do. It's not an actual flag.
You're right.
It's just a depiction of it, but we'll do some research before we do that. But there may be a cooler retirement ceremony later on. But
It served a good. I mean, you've had this for a little while, and then in Florida outside, it's actually survived pretty well. Honestly.
I think my wife got it for me 2 years. It survived well if I'd emptied what was inside of it.
Well, and how many parties has this been through? So I mean, it's
Endless.
It's done its due diligence.
Yeah, have some more
I know.
have some more wheat tallow. Oh,
Yeah, pot calling the kettle black.
I've had one
I know.
sip of alcohol.
That's same.
The
Yeah,
problem is it's because it's been like a week since I've had anything.
it's the beef tallow, honestly.
Yeah. So
I'm vegan.
the cigar industry is very interesting. I say I've been in for 20 years, 15 of it in one place. previous, I was in retail side for a little bit, and then the last year and a half or so, been involved with this. And I'll tell you, the pride that I have with working with the people that we work with and the people that we meet when we're out on the road, retailers, consumers, veterans that serve, people that support the military. I'd say the large percentage of people in the United States, almost overwhelmingly, are very supportive of our military and the troops, and the individuals behind that. But I think this brand connects on many different levels. It connects with those who served. It connects with those who didn't, who had an interest in it, had somebody in their family that did. But I've never been part of anything that connects at that level.
That
with
brotherhood, yeah.
And I think that's what it is the brotherhood that they created. And Norm has, and the gentleman, the other gentlemen that own the company here, and those that we interact with. But I'll tell you, man, it doesn't exist in the cigar business. There's companies that people I think have a lot of pride working for them. There's a lot of prestige behind a lot of these companies. But I tell you, man, I spent 15 years with a very reputable company, and the pride that I feel just interacting with people and representing what this represents is something that I've never had before. And it's truly something special, and I think you're going to start to see, and I think you already see that representative in the products that we create, the people that we work with, the relationships that we have, the retailers that we're expanding with and growing with, and then what we're doing with the club here too. And I know you probably have a similar experience, but have you ever been in an environment like this before? I'm not saying like the veteran-owned aspect of
Yeah.
it, but have you been in an environment where you have that type of feeling? Like I wake up every day, and for the first time in a long time, almost forever, I'm like, man, I'm excited to see what's going to happen today, and I'm excited to see what we're doing in the next few months, in the next year. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I've not really felt that before. That's not a knock on anything. I had a lot of
Yeah,
pride
yeah.
in everything that I did.
Of course,
I've always
yeah.
worked very hard, and I treat things like my own. But I'll say here, and there's not everything we've done here has been more special than anything I've ever done before.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a little bit of, because you probably do a little bit of what I do too, is you bear a little bit of weight of Norm's name and Don's name, gentlemen within the company, not just because they're, leadership, but because of the things that they've done, and again, giving back in a way that we can, which is our, business acumen or experience or whatever, is kind of our way of showing a little bit of love for the love that they showed us, sort of kind of thing, right? By, doing what they did, making the sacrifices for the country. So for me, I agree with you 100%. I do think a little bit of devil's advocate, because I love doing that. I would say I think most industries, not just the cigar industry, but I would say most industries are similar to what you're saying. They don't really have that feeling. The only caveat to that, and this is in a negative way, so it's not the same, but it is similar, is in the tech industry, there are some of those companies, but it's like a cult mentality versus like a
yeah.
super pride. But you get excited to go to work because you're solving a mission, whatever that is. But I feel like that's a little bit more twisted and playing on people's emotions versus pure drive. So it's similar but different.
It would be like when like there's like stories on. I'm not saying they're true or not, but like Twitter,
yeah.
when Elon Musk bought it, before he bought it, there was like people that were paid to just go in.
Yeah,
and there was a couple reasons. Some of it was because if they left and went somewhere else, what they knew would advance another company, so they just paid them to do nothing.
So sometimes you hire people just for their IP, but then you keep them on to pay them out, and so they're just sitting around for like 8 months. Google does it all the time when they acquire companies. The company they absorb, most of the time the staff will have to be on for X number of whatever to get X number of stock options. So
well, the reason this is kind of relevant just for people. So Mike lived out in the Bay Area for almost a decade, maybe even more.
A little more, yeah.
And he worked in some tech startups out there. So that's why I asked. I was like, did you feel it? I think it's
a little
I didn't
bit.
know it was
Not
going
the
this
same.
direction, but
yeah.
Did you work for it and you felt like it was a cult?
No, but I mean, my ex worked at Google, so knowing some of those people, I knew a lot of people at Facebook, Lyft and Uber during their kind of like feud in the Bay. I think outside of the Bay, it wasn't quite the same. In the Bay Area, that was like a Cold War. I mean, if you had friends that worked at Uber and friends that worked at Lyft, it's like sometimes they couldn't go to the same parties because they're afraid they're going to change information. I mean, it was just nuts. So there's definitely some of that, but I think the broader, landscape, I think we're lucky to work for a company that we get to be excited to do the things that we're doing. So it's definitely something I'm grateful for, regardless of, if it exists elsewhere, which I haven't really seen it outside of that small scenario.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in the cigar industry.
No.
I've seen some that are pretty close. Jack Tarano was on the show here earlier. He was joking around because I guest host on the Cigar Hustler podcast.
Yeah.
And they had a poll on who was the best co-host. He won the thing, so we went and started joking around. So he asked who was the best co-host, but I think Jack works for somebody who's very much like that. Eric Espinoza in the premium cigar industry. I think he was on the podcast recently with Cigar Hustler, and they're local here.
Yep.
And
Shout out
he
to
was
the
talking
mics.
about how well he takes care of his people. And every time I've ever met Eric over the last 15 years, he's always been talking about how, it's about the people, it's about the people, it's about the people. And I'll tell you, man, the amount of interactions that I've had in the cigar industry, people even that I'm friends with, have had a relationship with, very rarely talking about it's about the people. So
Well, and hats off to him because
Yeah.
I feel like part of him saying that is remembering kind of where he came from too, right? Because he did the job, so he gets it. So
Mhm.
I mean, and I've had the luck to meet him a couple of times too. He's an awesome guy.
very much so. You're 100% accurate. I mean, he did do the job, man. He started as a broker.
That's what I mean.
You know,
So
he
like
was a broker
he knows what
selling
it he
everything.
knows the hustle. Some
Yeah.
guys might be born into it or lucky enough to kind of create something and build it from the top, but not a lot of guys kind of work their way from the bottom. Like I mean, he's hustled for a long time to get to where he is. So it's exciting to see him be as successful as he is.
Yep. So, Mike, let's get into, as we kind of wrap this up a little bit. We don't want the show to go forever, but when we have guests, sometimes it may
Oh,
go 45 minutes, sometimes it may go an hour or so. We can go longer, but we obviously want to make this a place that doesn't overstay its
Yeah.
welcome for you either. There's other things going on. And I want you to enjoy your cigars, but we will finish about a cigar every time. But we've got a couple fun things that are coming up that we're doing. So in February, which is our next club box launch and drop. First of all, for any of those, we haven't filled the first 500 yet. We're getting close. But for those that still join now, your box, when you order it, will ship. So if you order, and if you're following us on email, we've been sending some emails out that yesterday was the last day to guarantee delivery on things. With cigars, we are still in good shape. We're probably good until early to mid next week.
Yeah, we do our best to try and make
Yeah.
sure we get stuff out to you guys.
So we ship via UPS. So if you get the box, you'll and join the club, you'll be able to get that package. You'll get your golden bullion, the inaugural club coin. When the club memberships are full, we'll announce it and let it know. And then new memberships will work towards February. So we'll let this train go by again and have a drink of our
Yeah.
old fashioned. Man, that's damn good.
It really is.
I
I
might
like
have
that a
to
lot.
see if my lovely wife would give us some more ice. Thing is about that, she'll probably come out and have an old fashioned on her. So we're actually gonna have her on the show sometime.
100%. Yeah.
And
She'd do great.
yeah, we've got Courtney Teakle, who's the director of all marketing.
Some of you may have seen her on Cigar Guys.
Yep,
Did a
Cigar
podcast
Guys.
with her.
She's been with Hooten Young since the very beginning, so we're very fortunate to have her. She's going to be on the show with us soon as well, and we may stream live every once in a while, but our main show will go live when the boxes drop. So Fireside Live official cigar box shows will go live, and we'll open do box reveal on that. But we've got some exciting stuff coming up on the next box drop. So that's coming February. February is the season of love.
It's true.
So we have some Valentine's Day themed
Oh,
items.
okay.
The items are cigars.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, sorry, don't get excited.
Okay, well,
The cigars are the themed items there, but we've got a. So I'm going to tell you the name of it, and then people can guess what it is from there. It's called From America with Love, the Rosado Rebel.
I like it.
Anyone that knows me knows that I like long names and cigars. So the From America with Love, that'll be a product that we have coming out, one of the limited time offerings. We also have there's a marine themed product coming. So you can look at some things that happened in February if you want to snoop around a little bit. This one is military driven on this
Gotcha.
one.
Okay.
So there are some historical events that happened in February. You can guess which ones those are, but we do have one that's based around a historic military event in February. And there's going to be a third cigar in there
Okay.
that's just on top. So you'll have two standard cigars,
Mhm.
two limited time offerings, and one extra cigar in there.
Okay.
And we're going to have a special guest on that's going to tell us about that cigar. It's something that's in the works, and the gentleman who's going to be joining us will be real treat. He's excellent. He's the owner of a cigar club out in Spokane, Washington, called the Late Arrivals Club. So we'll jump into that a little bit more over the next few months. But that'll be coming in February, and that'll be a cigar that we're working on him with that will be in the club. And you're going to love the story, and that will play into something special we're going to be launching in April.
Okay.
With that. So we're
I
getting
like that.
a little ahead of us, but I kind of want
Little
people's-
teasers.
yeah,
I like
some
that.
teasers, and I want everybody to have a chance to kind of see what's next to come. But you will have an additional cigar coming in that, so that'll be fun. And we got to figure out what we're going to do for swag for the commander's level. And then we've got you don't want to tell too much, but I'm going to let you talk about this. In February, we are going to be launching a program, and this is just live here on the show. We're talking about this. Is that we'll be launching all this information in the club. We'll also the club group will also be doing press releases on some of these items as they come along in the cigar world. But we're launching a program that's going to be called the Golden Ticket Program. So Mike can tell you a little bit more about that to get you excited on it.
I kind of want to leave a little mystery, but basically, we're putting together a few exciting things for, think Willy Wonka, right? Golden Ticket, for a few select members of the actual Cigar Operations Club that we'll select throughout the year at the end. But these will be going in the packages starting in February. I believe is going to be our first month putting them in. So if you're looking for them now, don't worry, they haven't gone out yet.
Yep.
So starting in February, we'll actually have physical things made that will be in a few select boxes for the remainder of the year, culminating in a couple of fun things. I don't want to give away anything yet. I kind of want to tease it because some of the stuff we have is going to be super special, and you guys are going to be stoked, especially if you like cigars, which assuming you do. It's we really put a lot of research and brainstorming and meetings and back and forth on ideas on what would be special to you guys, not just for us. So we're excited to talk a little bit more about that, but we want to tease what's coming for February. So obviously those of you that are subscribed already, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about doing anything. If you guys are kind of on the fence, or if you have friends that are on the fence, you'll want to let them know that they'll most likely want to pull the trigger now, but definitely before February, so that they can jump in and get their as many chances as they can to be a part of that. So
yeah, the Golden Ticket's going to be cool. And
it'll be more than one winner, so it won't just be one. So we want to make sure we want to make sure we
Yeah.
include a good number of you guys. So again, we'll announce more details on that, but we don't want it to just be a one and done kind of thing. We want to make sure we're able to include more of you guys. So, but that's going to be sick. I know you guys are going to love that. So
yeah, we've got some exciting stuff
I have a surprise for you too.
for me.
Yeah, this came in today, about 2 hours ago.
What came in?
You haven't seen them yet, even though
my God, you're kidding me.
even though you
I thought they weren't coming till tomorrow.
yeah, well,
Oh,
Christmas comes early sometimes.
oh man, this is awesome. So for those that are curious, this is the RTBA, the Right to Bear Arms, which is a product that we have, but it only is available in 5-count bags. It was a project that we worked on and created with the National Rifle Association.
Yeah.
So I'll have Mike take this up to the camera, but this is the Right to Bear Arms cigar in the box, and it is awesome. The first one in the planet. You can see it's got "We the People" on it. And a unique thing about this, a fun Easter egg, is there's 22 cigars in the box. And you're going to ask why there's 22. But if you're following along, we like adding stories and little Easter eggs to it. The 22 caliber round is the #1 produced round in the world. So this is 22 rounds, it says on it, instead of cigars. So there's 22 rounds of the Right to Bear Arms. So this came out. They all came, they're in stock.
They will be tomorrow.
So we're going to put these babies up on the website tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll have a press release publicly coming out for this, but these will be up on the website that you can grab these tomorrow in the 22 count box. So,
And this was literally a happy accident. They literally came in about 2 hours ago. We just got the shipment in, and I was like, I got to bring these on for the show. So we won't always have product releases on the show, but this worked out so perfectly. I had to make sure I brought it.
It really looks great, dude. I'm looking at it here on the camera, and you can even see I was so curious
It came out perfect.
how this was going to come in on the background, because when I made the design on it, it was it was kind of transparent.
Yeah.
And whenever you do transparent on something, it's kind of sketchy on how it comes out.
Yeah, it showed up perfectly.
Man, it looks great.
Dude, and it reminds me of those old school wooden revolver boxes.
Mm.
Like, I don't know why, but that kind of is what sort of stands out to me, which is really funny considering that it's, you know, the NRA tie-in.
Man, they did a great job with this, man.
Yeah, they crushed it.
Well,
and obviously the cigar's great. That's
yeah.
you know why we brought it into production. So, and I'm sure most of you probably smoked it, but time to smoke it again.
Nobody on our team's seen this either.
No.
You're the first person to see it, you and Z.
Correct.
And then now
you're the
me.
third person, yeah.
So the pictures that we had of this prior were all just AI digital renderings, albeit very good.
Correct.
But so
that means also you guys are all seeing this before anyone else at Hooten Young besides us. So congratulations. Yeah, it came out awesome. But this is also one of the things that, you know, thanks to you guys, right? This is something that we kind of had as a one-off exciting project for the show that then we got such great reception from all of you that, you know, we decided to turn it into a full-fledged release, and it's performed exceedingly well. Thanks again to all of you guys. So that's, yeah.
So, Mike, I'm gonna present you this challenge coin. What do you got for me?
My own.
How does it work with these challenge coins? If you present another challenge coin,
so usually, like, I know more from the Fireside because of buddies, and they do challenge coins. Their method, it might be kind of similar in the military side, is if we were all Hooten Young challenge coin guys, and we go to a bar or whatever. In my case, I'll use it as a cigar shop. If we go to a cigar shop and I throw my coin on the table, and whoever doesn't have their coin would then pick up the tab. So it's kind of a way to, you know, boom. It's a great like rookie tool. So a lot of the fire guys will use it as the rookies, and you know, if they forget their coin or whatever, then now they're buying all the guys' drinks when they go out to drink, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I would say like a cigar thing, right? You go to a cigar shop with all your, you know, your Hooten Young guys that you know have a coin, throw it on the table. The guy that doesn't, you know, forgot his, didn't bring it, kind of thing, now just bought you all cigars. So that would be the way I would roll.
That could add up pretty quick.
Oh, 100%.
But with us, if you give a challenge coin to us, you get something. So yeah, I think that's that's how it works on our thing. So like if you present the coin to somebody on our team, specifically us, I would come after us, man. We're gonna have all sorts of goodies. We're gonna be like freaking Santa Claus.
It's true.
When it comes to, I'm gonna.
We always have the best stuff.
I'm gonna have some cool stuff, but you can challenge anybody with these on the Hooten Young team, specifically at a cigar-related event. So if you see Hooten Young cigars and you got the challenge coin challenge, you won't get unchallenged by having somebody else drop a coin like Mike did. Mike kind of avoided that by you don't have anything. I challenge you first.
Do you want another Christmas cigar?
Yeah, you can keep it in the box. I'm going to smoke that one on Christmas. Despite what people think, we don't have unlimited versions of these. So every one's...
That one was mine. Yeah. I'm offering my...
So all the ones that we smoke of this, like I'll probably smoke 3 or 4 total after...
That's it, yeah. That's why I hadn't smoked any of these yet, because we're making sure making sure we save everything to get them out to you guys first. So
I haven't smoked the PH12 with the band on it. Not that it means anything. But it does. So I haven't smoked it as a completed product. I've had 3 test blends for it. We obviously smoked these prior to it. So the, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to trying. I was going to smoke it on Pearl Harbor, but I didn't smoke it on Pearl Harbor Day this year because I didn't have a cigar that day, which was awkward.
Yeah.
I don't even know why.
Yeah, that's weird for you.
I think that we were at a birthday party most of the day. It was Sunday. So we were at a birthday party for one of my daughter's friends, but this is the first cigar I've had today. Was this one? So it's really nice. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I made sure I didn't smoke. So,
what as we get close to the end here, we'll get wrapped up soon. I want to keep finishing the cigar on my end, but what do you look for in cigars? What do you enjoy, and what have you been? What do you generally enjoy, and what have you been enjoying mostly lately?
Man,
Style of cigars.
That's a good question. I think, you've known me long enough, and like we talked about earlier, I've been enjoying cigars for such a long period of time. For me, I think new is always probably what I look for first. So I smoke everything. I love trying everything from all brands. Even the bad stuff, I think, helps you appreciate the good stuff. But we're not here to bash anybody. But I think the things that I look for is just something new. Flavors or profiles or sizes or shapes or, something that isn't quite the standard. I know we talk about all the time, kind of Toro's the number 1 size in the industry. So for me, it's almost like trying not to smoke a Toro because most everything I do is. And then, like I was talking about earlier, I really have kind of come full circle to the old school Maduro side. So I really like the kind of the sweetness, the barnyardy kind of stuff going on. Obviously, I love a good draw, tons of smoke, good burn. You know, construction is still kind of a thing. We're in a good point now, like we talked about earlier, to where we don't have to worry about that as much as my early days of smoking cigars. Very rarely do you pick up and actually have a bad cigar nowadays. It's just not for your palate. I mean, dude,
Tons
things
of
are
time.
so good
Yeah.
now. Like,
Yeah.
so
I've had a couple bad ones in
it
the
happens.
last year.
Yeah, it happens.
But I very rarely don't, and I do. And I mean, that's with us smoking 4 or 5 cigars a day. So
Right.
I've had like one
Right.
bad cigar in like a year.
Where before, I mean, 9 out of 10 cigars, like early days, were trash.
Yeah.
I mean, they burned. I thought I was lighting them wrong for like a year and a half. I was gaslighting myself, being like, "What am I doing wrong?"
Yeah.
You know. Like, but I love Lanceros. Back to your earlier point, like I like Lanceros and Coronas. So anything like that is fun. But yeah, I just like trying new stuff, man. I like to see what people are putting out there for us to enjoy. So, and there's no better time to be a cigar smoker. What about you?
My favorite size had always been a Churchill.
Oh, I love Churchills too.
And
Yeah.
I think it's
Old
because
school church, like 74
I
or
think it's-
748.
Yes, I think that's the traditional size.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
7 by 48. I think why is because those are a lot of things that you and I enjoyed together, like the Esplendido, the Hoyt Monterey,
Oh, yeah.
Epicure.
I think.
When we had, I remember we had a box of those. at
There's
one
like
point in
Epicure,
time.
Epicurious. There's so many. There's like
Yeah,
so many that are like
yeah.
the same name.
So I always enjoy Churchills. I like the size of. I like that ring gauge. It burns cool. It's not too big, but not too small. It was honestly the largest size cigar there back, in the traditional sizes,
yeah.
other than like an A.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Yep. And those were rare. Those are hard to find.
9 inches by 48.
That's what I smoked
Crazy,
on my
yeah.
high school graduation day.
Oh,
by the way.
really?
Yeah. Partagas
Nice.
Series D.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah. A.
So we had. I've been smoking a lot of smaller cigars lately. So Robustos, really
Yeah.
love Robustos.
Yeah.
Robusto.
Yeah.
Corona sizes, I really enjoy. Short Coronas, half Coronas.
Same.
We're working on some small sizes here for some Hooten Young stuff for next year. We've got the 250th birthday of America coming up.
Yeah. That's.
We will not talk about any of that stuff because I think
Can't wait.
I don't think we'd make it to the next Fireside Live if we talked about any of that stuff. But we do have some really cool stuff coming for America 250.
On
We're
both sides of the business.
yeah, we're going to be back at the PCA show,
Mhm.
making our return after I think a year off.
And if you guys can't make it to PCA, come to Houston to NRA. I'll be there. So
Well,
you
yeah,
gotta,
National Rifle Association's actual for members of the NRA and so it's open to the public.
Yeah.
PCA is closed. It's a business to business.
Yep.
But people that are watching that are retailers and whatnot will be there. We do have some retail members of the club too, which is kind of
That's
kinda
awesome.
cool,
I know
yeah.
I've seen a bunch of you guys pop in, man. Again, I appreciate the support. I love that you guys are so excited about what we're doing on all sides. So definitely.
There is one comment there's several comments here, and it said I can't get the Facebook ones on, but there was a comment on here about the firewood technique of lining the firewood. So if you ever get wet firewood, we lit this tonight with gasoline about 7 times.
Do not recommend. Not financial advice.
Yeah. So, but if you ever have it going, you got a little bit of wet wood, line the wood around it. It dries up almost instantly. So that big log that we've got here at the end, you see.
It caught instantly versus the other ones. I mean, we had to.
Sometimes it catches when it's just sitting on the edge.
Yeah.
So
Kick it in.
that was a technique that came from my friend Chris one day. He was over burning some documents. And I'm like, the wood's kind of wet. And he's like, just let me get this going. And then he's like lining the wood up around it. We sat out here for like 6 hours, dude. And he burned one page at a time. And I said, dude, why don't you just throw it
Was
all
it
in
just
there?
raining ashes?
Well,
every time I do that.
A moment made to remember, which is, it doesn't always have to be something dramatic, but it was like a core memory.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, he's like, well, if I burn all of it at once, then I'll be done and we won't sit here and smoke cigars. So we sat and smoked cigars, had a few drinks.
That guy
It was
sounds like a
5
smart
or
guy.
6 yeah, it was
I don't
5
know
or
this
6
Chris, but
hours.
he sounds like a smart
Yeah,
guy.
it was 5 or 6 hours, and it was it became like a core memory of something that was fun and that I do now with the wood. I could easily just cover it. It's off to the side here, but I mean, what fun is that? Then I wouldn't get to throw gasoline.
Well,
on
you remember,
things
was it one of the Christmas parties or whatever? Kept chucking the whole cords in, and then all of a sudden we were out of firewood in a record amount of time. I was like, dude, that was like 4 days worth of firewood we went through in 2 hours.
I'm quite sure that was New Year's Eve, and it was
New
like
Year's.
30 degrees out here in Florida, which is wild. And everybody's like, you didn't think about having enough firewood? I'm like, it's Orlando.
And it's also plenty of firewood. You guys are just
Yes,
burning it completely inappropriately.
Man, it was cold. So, but yeah, I'll say right now I'm mostly enjoying smaller sizes. Robustos very much so. Churchill was always a size that I really enjoyed.
Do you think there's going to be a return back to the classic like Cuban sizes, for lack of a better term,
Well,
now
the
that we've
top
kind of
selling
gone
size
huge.
the top selling size in all of premium cigars for over the last 15 years has been the Toro.
Right.
So a 6x52 or a 6x50 up to like 54 ring gauge, and then second's Robusto, and then you have 6.5 by 60, and then you have Churchills. So they still
Churchill's still number 4, huh?
yeah,
Huh. Ish.
in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
But there was a period of time where it was like number 4.
Yeah.
So if you look at companies now, what companies have been doing is they come out with a little larger ring gauge on the Churchill. So
Oh,
they'll
they're
call
like
it a Churchill,
52s now,
and they're
or
like
yeah.
a 52, or even at a 54.
Yep.
You see some of them, they'll call it a Churchill because
Yeah.
it's 7 inches long. But I mean, really, a Churchill's 48,
I like that
47,
size. Yeah.
47, 48, 49, 50. So 47 to 50 ring gauge. And what that is, if you're watching, you don't know what a ring gauge is, it's 64ths of an inch. So you would go 0 to 64 on ring gauge. Anything above that is above an inch. So that's how you do ring gauge. A 48 would be a 48 64ths of an inch. So across in diameter.
Huh.
Yep. So that's how they judge ring gauge and why it's that way. So 64 64ths is 1 inch.
I think that's how that works, right?
You follow that dad joke guy on Instagram at all? It's the two guys that sit out there and they tell like
No,
dad
but you've
jokes.
shown me some that I freaking
Yeah.
cry laughing.
I think we got to add a segment into that. This is just
We got to
copy
get
it.
coffee cups,
Yeah.
and it has to be like snowing, and
Do you have a good
it's
dad
always
joke?
cold outside.
I have a good one.
Yeah, mine's. I say it all the time because it's my go-to. But what did the cop say when he pulled over the U-Haul truck? Or no, why did the cop pull over the U-Haul truck? Sorry, it's been a while. He was just trying to bust a move. They're my favorite.
I had a good buddy of mine. He got a new emblem for like the front of his truck, and it wasn't an emblem for the front of his truck. It was actually it was called the Wood Butcher. It was what I did during COVID on my cooking show. We had Aaron Smith, a great friend of mine from growing up. He's a butcher by trade, and he started doing woodwork. So he was called the Wood Butcher. So he got a metal logo, and his logo was like a pig.
Oh, sweet.
And he got it to put on his truck. And he's like, "Where should I put this on the truck?" And I replied instantly, "You should put it on the grill." And he goes, "You're not." I wasn't a dad at the time. He's like, "You're going to be a great dad," because he goes, "That was a great dad joke." I think the key to a great dad joke is surprising someone with how terrible and dorky it is. And when you're shocked by it, it was like when I said the grill thing, he wasn't expecting it. It's like, "Where would I put this?" And it was like, "On the grill." Yeah, of course, that's where I'd put the pig, right? You got to put the pig on the grill.
I love it.
So I'm really enjoying this. I'll tell you, it's lasted quite a while.
Yeah.
We're about an hour and 15 minutes into the show here, and I'm about to wrap it up. But what else we got coming up? We've got Christmas coming. So if you want to get in the boxes on the Cigar Club, you can get in that. Continue to post things on social media. Join the group. It's fine. You can post pictures of you enjoying things, stories. We've had some great stuff up there. We've had some people going to like military balls. There was, I think it was a Marine Corps ball that someone posted a picture up. I have to go back and look at the uniform.
Man, y'all look good with those too. I've seen some of those, some events that I posted.
Yep.
Good lord.
Yep. And then we got. You and I are pretty much done with events through the end of the year.
Popping in for FaceTime stuff, but
Yeah.
not hosting any. But
Yeah.
we'll be around town for a couple of
Yeah.
the local guys too.
How the hell did we do that, dude? How did we not have anything going crazy for the next 2 weeks? We can't let anybody know that. We're usually, you know what it was? We went really hard in the rest of the months, and I think what I left it open for really was like, hey, it's going to be the end of the year, and there's going to be a bunch of stuff that pops up last minute, and somehow we've like dodged them.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think we've dodged these.
Well, I mean, to be
last
fair to
minute
you,
things.
you just got back from 2-3 weeks
Yeah.
out too, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah, good point. Yeah, yeah, I've been home for 5 days.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I've been doing it for 18 years here practically. So when you're out there, the time when you get back, you don't realize it.
It like dilates or speeds. I don't even know how the opposite of that, I guess, but yeah, it flies. This year is gone by. I mean, I can't believe we were talking about that the other day, putting the Christmas decorations back up, and I was like, dude, I feel like we were literally just taking these down.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So, Hooten Young stuff we got going. Obviously, great time holidays. We've got the Cigar Operation Club packs, really nice. You can buy multiple memberships if you want.
Yeah, we've had a few people
Yeah, and
gift some.
you can upgrade. So if you go on the website, you can log in, and you can edit your membership any way you want. You can do that. It's a really easy program to do. If you have any issues with it, just let us know. We're available to help with that. But you can always upgrade to your membership. Um, we got a ton of stuff coming next year. So this was supposed to be next year. So we've got RTBA 22 round box that'll be going up tomorrow. So that'll be exciting. A cool launch with that. The New Year's got some exciting things going. We've got some partnerships that we're working with at SHOT Show that are going to turn into some projects.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it yet.
Yeah,
but that's going to
SHOT
be
Show's
cool.
in Vegas, and we'll be Hooten will be out there. We're doing an event at the 8 Lounge.
We might try and sneak some into your boxes for those subscribers, so you get. We'll see how things work. But we have a few ideas. So but
maybe we. I don't want to. I said I know we're teasing, but maybe we could use some of those things that we did with SHOT Show with the golden tickets.
Or
and then maybe some challenge coins, some different stuff like that. So so we've got some exciting things starting the year. For those that have been following along with us in the year, we've had some transitions with offerings of our products. As of the 15th of December, all of our products will now be fully available in any capacity. So you can get those available in the boxes, you can get those available in the 4-packs, and then the 5-packs online. Some of the items we've been out of boxes, just the physical box. Neptune Spear is one of them.
Paladins.
That's one of the more popular because they have the camo style boxes, which are really nice. Yep. So those will all be back next week. So entering the year with ending the year in a really great position, starting the year in a really great spot. Then, what do you got going on for the holidays?
I think I'm gonna try and skate up to the Carolinas in about a week to go see some family up there. Hang out down here because actually Yaffe's coming down, so we got our Christmas party that we'll be doing.
Oh yeah.
And then he'll be in town around that time. Hang out with the family down here, and then I don't know, try and put together something for New Year's. I might try and sneak over to Brandon's for a little hunting action.
Yep.
So.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah. I was like, hey, after the 20th, 21st or whatever, I was like, I'll skate over and spend the night and hang out. And he's like, dude, heck yeah. He's got pigs now, so.
We'll have to give him a call and see what they're doing for New Year's, and we could maybe go there and hunt on New Year's.
Well, and he's got all the red stag.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about
I have
going
nothing to, like, you guys got to help me eat all this.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about going anywhere.
Yeah.
So Brandon will be on the show with us sometime. He's one of the managing partners with Hooten Young. Great guy.
You guys are going to love
veteran.
it. For those of you that met him, you already know. For those of you that haven't, you're going to freaking love it.
He actually just joined the Cigar Club today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I thought he had it already.
No,
Okay.
no, he just joined today.
I'll have to put something special in his box.
You should send it empty.
It's just going to be all RTBAs. And it's going to be a love note to Kyle. Here, these are for Kyle.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
We're just hanging out here for Christmas, man. We're going to take it easy. We do church Christmas Eve, and then we do Christmas at my mother-in-law's house. And then my wife asked, what do you want to do for New Year's? And I said, sleep. So we'll probably do that for New Year's. So kind of laid back. We're going to California the first week of the month. My wife has a work trip. I think it's always crazy how like these companies, like the New Year starts and boom, instantly there's a travel across the country trip.
Yeah.
Now I enjoy it because I don't mind going out there, especially just to visit. My wife's a big Disney fan, so am I and my daughter. So we're gonna hit Disneyland, and then we'll do the work trip in San Diego. But it is, dude, like literally the first week of the month, first week of the year. It's like, all right, hey, everyone fly across the country and let's kick it off.
Yeah.
So I love beginning of the year kickoff. So you have to have it. You plan the whole year to kick off again.
Right.
But maybe like a week or two later would have been.
Oh, dude, yeah. You gotta give like a 2 week at the end of December, 2 week at the beginning of January buffer to kind of get things.
We're leaving January 2nd.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's a little. That's a little aggressive.
Yeah. So I guess that wraps up the Fireside Live show. We'll probably do another one of these shows before February. I'm not going to make you guys wait 2 months for this, but we'll come on and smoke some cigars, talk about what's going on. Maybe we'll light up some RTBAs and some of the new things we've got coming, just to touch base. But they'll be streaming live here. I'll continue to work on the back end to make sure that it streams directly into the group. I shared it in on my own today.
Well, the idea too is once we get chat and stuff figured out, we can have a little more participation. And,
I will tell you, there was a time where I actually had this figured out.
Oh,
I've been using this program for a while, and then I loaded it up yesterday. I was like, no big deal. Everything will work the same as it is. And when we went to go live on the show, nothing.
Dude, you know what
was
solves
the same.
that? Going to a rotary phone.
Yeah, maybe, but then we couldn't reach the people. You would be the only one reaching them. You'd have to do the show with one person at a time.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you all joining us tonight. This has been a blast. We're going to sit out here a little bit and finish our tallow drinks. Hooten Young Rye, highly recommended. Just had a price reduction in the last few months too. I think they cut off $20 off of it. So super competitive price and delicious. I think it's your and I personal favorite.
And I'm going to tell you, after doing a bajillion events this year, and I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't work in previous industries that I did. Even if you're saying to yourself, yeah, but I don't like rye, I'm telling you, I wouldn't say go buy a bottle of something you never tried before. Definitely try and try it first, but I promise you have an open mind. You're going to walk away and be like, I cannot believe. We've done so many events where I've blind tasted people on it because they're like, I don't even want it. I was like, first of all, you paid for it, so you should drink it. Second of all, I'm going to make you try it because it's that good. And I'll serve it to them, and then they're like, man, what was that? This is my favorite one. And then they leave with bottle. We had one guy buy 3 bottles, and he never drinks rye.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, you better not pout. You better not cry. Get on hootenyoung.com and buy some of our rye.
Buy some rye.
Because Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yep.
But we appreciate you coming on, joining us tonight on Fireside Live. We appreciate you being members of the club. The best is yet to come. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time by the fire.